Hey Facebook, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. As I mentioned earlier on Facebook, I'm doing a Facebook Live Q&A today. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. And I'm actually going to go ahead and share this feed here, and then I'll introduce one of my guests. I have another guest that should be here very, very shortly. If you're watching this right now, make sure that you share this on your Facebook. Let some other people know that I'm answering questions. So any questions that you guys have in regards to photography, videography, any of that good stuff, I'm going to try to cover it today. So it should be a lot of fun. And then hopefully at some point, one of my guests is here. Second guest hopefully will be here any minute. They're in traffic right now. So actually, let me go ahead and introduce my one guest. Let me tilt the camera over, say hi. Hold on, where are you at?
Oh, that is cool.
There it is.
Hi, everyone.
So you guys probably recognize her from some of my photos. We're actually in the studio today. We're going to record a video for Adorama.
A little blonder this time.
A little bit blonder. It looks good. And so, yeah, so she's going to be answering questions as well. Let me flip this back. There we go. So I'm going to answer some questions for you guys. She's here answering questions in regards to modeling, or really anything. What do you like proficient in?
Dogs.
Dogs. If you have questions about dogs, she also can help out with that as well. So it should be a lot of fun. And then one of my other guests should be here relatively soon. Tim says killer shirt. He likes your shirt.
Brand new.
So on my Facebook page here, I asked earlier for people to add their questions. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section here on this video, and we'll kind of get things going. So I'm actually going to go ahead and share this video, which I would invite you guys to do as well. I'm going to share this, let's share this in my group. So if you guys are watching this, I have a group on Facebook, which is Sony Alpha Tips. You'll see Sony Alpha Tips with Miguel Quiles. Feel free to join the group. Share your images there. Love to see your work. Aurelio says, hi, how's it going? Good to see you. All right, so very first question on the feed here for today was from Doug Thompson. He says, I'm trying to expand my portrait/headshot business to include editorial photography, but need to build a portfolio for it. What is the best way to go about building a editorial portfolio? This would be most likely for magazines. And let me turn down my volume here. I'm sure as I get messages. There we go. Well, there we go. All right. So he's asking how to expand his headshot business to do editorial photography. The best advice that I could give you would be to start to build up a portfolio that shows up or shows off editorial style work. You're not going to get hired for jobs unless you show that you have the capability of being able to shoot that. So set up test shoots, and that's what I've been doing for years. I wanted to do beauty work, and I'm not going to be able to get hired by any makeup companies if I just say, yeah, I'm a photographer and I want to shoot beauty. It's my passion. They're going to say, well, we want to see your work. So you have to build up a portfolio. So set up some test shoots in the style that you would like to be hired for, and just put those out there. You know, and over time you'll start to develop a really good portfolio, and you'll find success in being able to enter that genre of photography. Good question. Leo says, how much weight does the rumor of the Sony A9 carry? Is there actually a more premium body in development, or will it remain within their A7 line? Eager for a more professional body but still using E-mount. More physical buttons, dual card slot, bigger battery. Happy with the A7R2 for portraits and controlled environments, but would like something better, or sorry, beefier in features and body for events. So the original question, how much weight does the rumor carry? I don't know, maybe as much as any other rumor. I don't know anything about an A9 coming out. I would imagine at some point Sony's going to come out with some new cameras. And I'm sure just like with every new iteration of camera that they come out with, they always add new features and more stuff. So it's entirely possible that they might have something that has some of the things that you mentioned. But as far as me personally, I have no idea. I don't know if they're coming out with anything like that. But if they do, I'll buy it because that sounds awesome. Tim says, love the advice on the 50mm 1.8. I'm loving that lens. Have you had a chance to use the new 85 1.8? And if so, what do you think? And one more question, and I know it's subjective and location based, but I see this asked a lot. How do you figure your pricing for a shoot? All right, so first question was about the 85 1.8. Did get a chance to play around with it at WPPI in Vegas a couple weeks ago. Really, really nice lens. I would tell you that it competes a little more directly with the Batis 85 1.8. They look very, very, very similar in terms of the output, but it's like almost half the price. So I would venture to say that it's going to be one that a lot of people are going to be looking to get, especially because it's an 85 and especially because the price is really good. I think it's going to do really well. And the second question was about how do you price for a shoot? It's kind of a loaded question. I would tell you that the way that I would go about doing it is to look in your local area and find people that kind of do what you do. Find out and see what they charge, see what kind of packages they have. Try to see if there's any opportunities to, you know, possibly offer. All right. So I don't know if you caught that last part, but in terms of pricing, find out and see what your local competition is charging. Try to figure out what they offer and price yourself accordingly. Either offer more, offer different, offer less and price for less. It really just depends. Really the key is to figure out how to, before you even figure out your pricing, you have to be able to deliver consistent quality work. Didn't this happen last time?
It was like a ghost.
It's like a ghost, I know. Alexa, turn off. That's so random. It just randomly turned on. Yes, so that's what I would say for the question on the pricing. All right, so sorry about that. I don't know if you guys still watch that. I got a phone call on my phone. My guest is on the way. Were you guys able to hear that phone call? I think it paused the video, possibly.
I wonder.
Let's see. All right. Anyway, so right now I realized I was streaming off of the cellular network. I just connected to Wi-Fi, so hopefully it's connected properly now. So Christina was asking, how do you set your white balance? Can you comment? I put my white balance on auto, and I will fix that in post. So if it doesn't look right for whatever reason, if you're shooting in RAW, you could change your white balance, whatever it is that you want to change it to after the fact. So I usually just keep it in auto white balance. Let's see. The other question was in regards to my workflow from Christina. She was asking, which program do you import to, Capture One or Lightroom? And when do you incorporate Photoshop and Alien Skin software? So I typically will shoot tethered into Capture One. I don't really use Lightroom all that much these days. So I'll tether into Capture One. I'll do some basic adjustments, send it over to Photoshop, do like skin retouching, dodge and burn, all that good stuff. And then at the very end, I'll send it over to Alien Skin, Exposure X2. I do all of my colors and toning and grain and sharpening and all that good stuff. And then I export that back to Photoshop, and then I save that out as JPEGs, PNGs, whatever it is. So that's usually the process that I would follow to be able to do photos. So very good question. If you guys have photography business related questions, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. So Philip was asking, updated release date on Dramatic Portraiture 101. So actually getting ready to send out a email to everybody. I'm hoping that it's going to be out this month in March. I know I keep kicking the ball down the road, but I have half of the shoots that are planned for the tutorial. They're already done. The videos are already edited. The only thing that I'm basically working on right now is getting the next 2 photo shoots, which models I've been trying to get for these. They're not models. They're just regular people, and so I have to go based off of their schedule, hoping to get them in the studio soon. So I'm hoping that this month everything will be done. All I have to do is just record the screen capture for the retouching, and it'll be ready to go. So hopefully I'll have an update within the next week or so on how all of that is going. But I'm hoping this month everybody comes, get it recorded, and should be out. Which, by the way, Stephanie is going to be in that tutorial. The photos that we did with the hair all epic. So the photos came out awesome. So definitely is going to be a fun one. Richard says, I'm a passionate hobbyist photographer shooting Sony. I'm wondering what advice you can give someone like me as it pertains to moving beyond this being an expensive hobby and into a flourishing and rewarding career. Really, really good question. Honestly, photography can be anything that you want it to be. If you want it to be a hobby that you do on the weekends, that's totally fine. If you want to make more of it, then you just have to figure out how do you fill a niche in the world. You know, people are willing to pay for images. Where do you go about doing that? Where do you find people who are willing to pay for the type of work that you create? I realized early on that there was a need for headshots in the corporate arena, and so I really focused my efforts in marketing and all of that towards going after people that needed headshots. And so that's how I was able to go ahead and turn it from something that was a hobby into a very, very good career. So it's just different for everybody. You know, it's all going to depend on what you do, but you just have to think to yourself, based on the type of work that you shoot, who would be willing to pay for something like that? And whether it's an organization, an individual, fill in the blank, you have to go after those people and let them know you exist. And hopefully you'll see some traction. So Aurelio says, my wife wants to buy a Sony mirrorless full-frame camera. Which one would you recommend for her? So that's kind of a hard one. I would say not knowing your wife and not knowing if she's very good at photography or she's just learning. Is she a professional? Maybe if you're watching this right now, kind of leave that in the comments and kind of let me know what's her level of expertise, you know, and her level of knowledge. So depending on what that is, I'll just kind of guess because I'm not seeing any comments here. But if she is a newer photographer and let's say she's a newer photographer and she doesn't know really too much about photography, then I would say that you probably would want to go maybe not even full frame. Maybe you might want to go with something like an A6000, which is a really, really great camera. But if not, you could always go with something like the A7 II, which would be a great camera to start off with. A7 II, 24 megapixels, it's plenty for really for anybody. I mean, it's a really, really amazing camera. So I would say A7 II would be a great option. If she is a professional, and let's say she maybe has been using crop sensor and all of a sudden wants to go full frame, A7R2 is a beast. I mean, that's it's kind of easy for me to say oh, just get an A7R2 for her. She may or may not need something that serious, but that's my go-to. My A7R2 puts in a lot of work. So yeah, so A7 II would be the choice if for whatever reason, let's say she's not professional and she's just doing it for fun or whatever the case might be, then that's what it is. So let's see. Dan was saying, I live in Manhattan. Where can I get Gatorboard 4x8 to build my V-flat? Tried a bunch of places. Dang, man, I wish I would remember the name of this place because I was looking for the same thing. And I randomly was in this art supply store in New York. You know what? Jeff might have been with me. You might want to ask Jeff Rojas that question because I think he was with me. And because we were in the store walking around, I was like, oh my gosh, they have the panels here. and I was going to buy them, but I didn't have a way to take them home because I took the train in from Jersey. And I haven't been able to find them here in New Jersey either. So I think you probably want to check with some sign supply places or check for art supply stores in New York. The one that's in New York was a bigger store that we were walking through, and they had them. But I just don't remember the name. Jeff probably knows. Mike Sharky James, how's it going? He says, pro tip, join the local chamber of commerce. That's where business leaders are, and they have money. This is so, so true. If you're going to end up having to pay, so it's a little bit of an investment, but you join your chamber of commerce. A lot of them, and I remember the one in Orlando, for example, they used to do these like almost like speed date type of things where like you would hook up with someone else that's in the chamber and meet with them for coffee or whatever and talk about what you do, and they talk about what they do. And it's a very good way to network and let people know what you do, and maybe you might be able to get business with them directly, or if not, maybe they know people that might be able to help you to find some business. So definitely that is a pro tip, 10 pro tips. It's a good one. Oh, so my guest is here because he says open the door. So hold on, let's join me for a little walk here. So I told you already, Stephanie is hanging out with me. She is one of our guests, and so he should be coming out here in a minute. I'm going to buy some time while he's doing that here. Let's see. So Owen says, I saw you shoot the A99. When would you choose that over the A7R2? So I've been using the A99 II quite a bit. I would simply choose that if I was shooting anything where I needed higher frames per second, because it does shoot, I believe, up to 12 frames per second, which is really, really fast. So yeah, so I would choose something like that to use. Here we go. Now I'm back on Facebook. Here we go.
Good, how are you?
All right, so let me flip this around here. So we got a special guest on the Facebook.
You don't even have to do that. You could turn it around. That's the Osmo Mobile, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You got one with you?
I don't have my Osmo Mobile with me, but
there we go.
It's cool. Hey, hey everybody, how you doing? It's Fatman Scoop here. We are on Facebook Live. Everything that's happening right now is live than a motherfucker. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the light so y'all can talk, so we can talk here. Getting ready to do a photo shoot with the amazing Miguel Q right now. Owen Booty says, I saw you shooting the A99.
Yeah.
Would you choose that over A7R2?
That's the one that I used to shoot with you.
What?
The A99 too. And
it was good shit. That was top shit.
Yeah.
Owen, I don't know if you need to have a last name like Booty doing business. I don't think I'm going to get pictures from somebody that's called Ass, okay? But listen, forget that, Owen. Change your name, because that's like having a name like Owen Rectum. I don't think that's going to work for you, bro. I'm not going to invest my time or money in people that have names that have like sound like ass, or they have names that they're named after cars or liquor. So I am not going to loan Hennessy Jenkins $3,000. I'm not doing it because I don't think that they're going to be responsible with my money. But forget that. Mike James says, and if you attend their mixes and you're the only photographer, you are the only one they'll call. That's right. Okay, let's see here. Let's see see what these conversations on. Tim Sorella said, good afternoon. Not Sorella, Sorrell.
Sorrell.
Kill Shirts. Thank you. Aurelio Montes. Am I pronouncing that right? It's Montes. Quiles.
See, you've been around, so you probably...
Listen, bro, I grew up in Spanish Harlem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ocho veinte doce cuatro by many. You know, I can pronounce some. I'm not like Michael Bloomberg with my Spanish, like de ocho, cinco, en casa, su cabeza, de ocho, de mayo.
Oh, man.
Do you think about... Okay, so let me see.
That's
you guys ask the questions. And I'll relay them to Miguel.
Yeah,
okay.
And by the way, so we have a freaking creative genius here on this Facebook Live.
Who?
So anything in regards to business, especially when it comes to the creative field, ask, because this man has been there. Like,
I'm a creative genius.
dude, think about the people that you work with. Think about everything that you have done in your career.
Okay.
You've seen some stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've seen things.
You've seen some things. So I want to have people to be able to ask you the creative questions. You know, I've been kind of progressively working my way through, trying to figure out myself in this whole like creative game. But you've been there, done that.
Bro, you are the shit. What are you talking about?
I'm not Fatman Scoop.
What do you mean? You fucking take pictures and make crackheads look like fucking glamour models. Like, you should see the pictures he took of me. Like, I looked like I was the shit.
Yeah.
And then I walked out of here. I looked like fucking $3 million before taxes.
I'm telling you. And the episode comes out tomorrow. I'm excited for everybody to see
Please send me the link of that.
Yeah. I got you on that.
Okay, hold on.
So any questions that you guys have, you got to ask. All of us. We're here. Stephanie is here as well.
What's Stephanie? What's Stephanie's
Stephanie,
story? She's
a model. You've probably seen her on my Instagram. We photographed a bunch of times. So she's got the model-y stuff. So if you got model questions, you got creative genius questions. We got Scoop. You got photography questions.
And listen, no freaky shit for the model, okay?
None of that
hey,
stuff.
you spread your legs over. I want to hear that. Because I'm telling you, if I hear that, I'm coming to your house and punching your fucking throat. That's how it's gonna work. I'm telling you right now. Hold on, let's see.
Oh man.
Let's see here. Okay,
I'm gonna jump on the Facebook on this side.
Okay,
let's
let me
see what they're saying.
I see you shooting the A99. We'll choose that. Okay. If you 10 name mixes, okay, Miguel. Okay. Eddie Torres said, "Do you think that a mount will die off due to E-mount? Was considering A99 too, but don't want to invest in something that will die off."
Listen. So everybody keeps talking about this whole thing about A-mount dying off.
What the hell is A-mount?
So that camera that I used to photograph you it's an older system, right? It's a new camera, but the system is older. Sony came out with a brand new system, which is called E-mount. Right. Smaller, lenses are smaller, really good. They're investing really good stuff. So, but here's the thing. So everybody was like, oh, well, because they're doing E-mount, maybe they're not doing A-mount stuff anymore. And I kept saying, dude, A-mount is not dead. A-mount's not dead. And then what happens? They drop the A99 II, which is a freaking beast of a camera. Right. So much so I had to use it for your photo shoot because I was like, I'm not even going to play games.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. I had a woman offer me sex from those pictures.
Oh,
that's just how good you were,
wow,
man.
Hey! That's how you know.
Somebody said, listen, I'd like to jump your bones. I said, go see Miguel. Like, go.
Holy cow.
And I just said, there's no makeup. Go see Miguel.
That's crazy. Hey, that's what I try to do when I take photos of people. I want them to look like they would on their best.
Yeah, but here's the problem. It's almost false advertising. Because if you take a picture of me like that and then I come in there, I'm like this, I'm cross-eyed and shit, then people are like, what the hell? You don't look like your picture.
You just say Photoshop. That's it.
Photoshop.
I photoshopped the one eyeball and I corrected it.
Now, Eddie, I'm going to answer the question for you. Here's the thing. As a professional photographer, here's how you should approach this, okay? When you're buying equipment, because this is what I do with video and stuff. When you swipe to reveal comments, here's what I do. When for example, I just purchased the A7S II and I purchased the Ronin stabilizer rig. Okay, so gimbal. So when that gets old, then I know that I have to have money on deck to go to, like a little extra, to go to Adorama or go to B&H, buy a new rig, buy that, and then have a little bit to buy the new one.
Right.
Technology is always evolving, and that's the game that they put you in. They do new stuff, so you have to buy new stuff. Right. So sell your old stuff. Just make sure that you keep it in good condition so that you can get as close to that secondary price as possible.
Yep. And this is exactly true. I have a bunch of pro photo gear. The way that I was able to get that pro photo equipment is I took all of my old stuff, sold the old stuff, that put a nice little chunk, a little dent into the new gear,
boom,
and live happily
ever. In Jesus' name, amen.
That's it.
Mike James, Hennessy Jenkins better give me my C-stand back, okay? Where can I go to network with bigger companies so that I can further my business?
Ooh, all right. So, it's kind of funny. People ask about these networking questions, bigger companies. The question that I would ask you is, are you ready for big companies? Mm-hmm. Are you ready to be able to handle the needs that a bigger company has? Because a lot of people, they want to go straight for the biggest fish ever. Imagine when you first started doing what you do, right? And you're like, day one, you've never performed at a club, you've never done anything, you've just been in your house, but you're like, yo, I want to make music with Michael Jackson.
Oh, no.
Come on.
No.
How would
Michael
that turn
Jackson
out?
don't even want to see your face. Okay, let me answer this. Bro, here's how this works, okay? People are not going to accept you or bring you in for stuff you haven't done, okay?
Right.
So you don't get meetings and stuff for things that you haven't done. You don't get big contracts for things that you haven't done. The thing that's the most important for you to understand is to continue working. So if you continue, I'm going to give you a great example. If you continue working and you do what you have to do and you provide quality to come to you, let me tell you a story. I'm in my house and I'm looking for a photographer, right? And I'm like, yo, I need somebody really, really good, but I don't, you know, I have a bunch of photographers, but I can't get to them and they're not calling me back or whatever. I go on Instagram and I say, yo, I need a photographer. And a guy named Miguel hits me back and he's like, yo, I'm a photographer. I got a camera. I went to his page and saw his work and said, wow. And that's how I started working with Miguel. So all you have to do is shoot your best work, do your best, do the best quality product that you can, and then be ready, because you never know when someone is going to come looking for you, or you never know when that opportunity is going to take place. So Oprah used to say, opportunity about preparation. When you're prepared for an opportunity, that's when you're gonna be ready for it. So don't look for bigger contacts. Just do your thing. If you do your thing, the word of mouth is gonna come. For example, I have a friend named C. Mitch. And C. Mitch started out with a video camera and a dream. And he was videoing people and it was just hood stuff and whatever. And the next thing you know, one person saw him, the next person saw him, he got McDonald's. And then when he did something for McDonald's, you know, Cisco Systems said, oh shit, they were at the event. They were like, can you, so it just, wow. you just gotta keep working, brother.
That's it.
Couldn't have said it better. Hi, Melissa, how you doing? Mike Jones, Def Leppard fan. You a Def Leppard fan?
It's just a shirt. I have no idea what
do you even know who Def Leppard is?
No idea.
Wow.
No
That's
idea.
what I'm talking about.
It was $17. I picked it up real quick.
You just picked it up.
I just picked it up.
It works.
Do I have my mints over there? Did I leave my mints here?
Yeah.
Pass me my mints.
Let me.
No.
Oh, you gonna take a keep?
Yeah. You do that. I'm gonna do this. See, I didn't know Stephanie was short. She's sitting over here. She's on the damn stool.
I made it as high as it can go.
It's all right. Don't worry
I'm
about
so tiny.
Freaky. Okay, so Caitlin Monahan said, "Hey, beautiful."
Hey, girl.
Are you talking about me or her? Obviously, you're talking about her because you're not talking about me. Louis P. I don't know how to pronounce this man's name. It's Pinagel. Is that Pinagel? I don't know what the fuck it is. Any thoughts on the upcoming A7 R3?
Ooh, I have no thoughts because I haven't heard of it.
He said, any thoughts on the upcoming?
This was yours. This one's mine.
Just give me some of those mints that you got, and then I'll use my thing.
I got you.
Any thoughts or info? That's good. On the upcoming A7 III, A7 R3.
I got no news on that, but yeah, it'd be cool if it came out.
Question for Stephanie: do you find it hard to model for newer portrait photographers versus more seasoned photographers?
I don't understand what.
So meaning, is it easier for you to model for
newer guys,
newer person who's like, I just bought my camera this weekend, I need a model, compared to working with like a seasoned person?
Not that it's so much easier working with someone who is new to working in general, because, you know, you're both learning at that
right.
point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more creative sometimes. I don't know.
Do you find that it's easier for them to like execute that creativity?
No,
yeah.
I don't. I don't. It's a lot easier to model when the person actually knows what
the hell they're doing.
You don't have to do much.
Right.
When it comes down to it, you really don't have to do much.
Now, I'm not a model, but I'm going to step in here. And I'm going to say, as long as the photographer is not freaky, I think it's good, okay? Because, you know, listen, if it's an established photographer, but he's talking, oh, yeah, well, just take your shirt down a little bit more. Now, that's going into freak shit, okay? And now I'm in here with you by myself in an uncontrolled environment, and I fucking feel very fucking like I could be on a fucking milk carton.
Yeah, that's not a good
right.
look.
I just, look, long as the photographer makes me feel comfortable and he's not trying to do nothing, I'm fine. When you first starting to model and you don't know the photographer, take somebody with you, big and preferably black, to scare the fuck out of that person who's thinking about doing this shit. So this is just my take on shit. Let's see. Bring a black person's great advice. Thank you. Okay. Brad Zimmerman. Hey Stephanie, can you give us some pointers using sites like Model Mayhem to avoid model flakes? Horrific no-show, no-call from models.
In my personal experience, Model Mayhem was nothing but mayhem.
Whoa! What happened with these people? These people want shit.
Do I have time to tell a story?
Go tell your story.
Yeah, tell them.
Long story short.
I'm supposed to take a photo shoot. You tell the story.
Long story short, people are good at making themselves seem and sound legit.
Right.
You never know whose picture somebody could be using. Right. You really don't know who's behind the computer or behind photos or anything like that. And I'm pretty good with this stuff in general, and I've been doing it for so many years that I kind of know when something doesn't seem right, but there are times when you really don't know, and I didn't know, and I had a company say that they wanted to fly me to LA.
Oh, no. Let me stop it. I don't even look, anybody flying, that sounds like sex to me. Unless it is a reputable company like Ashley Stewart or Macy saying we like to fly you. If it's just David Jones saying he wants to fly, nah.
Yeah, they got like a corporate email.
Nah, yeah, but if it's like David
they
Jones,
made it seem like in the email when they write, at the bottom the company and the number, everything sounded and looked
legit.
And there was no red flag to
when
me.
did the red flag? When did the red flag come?
The red flag came when they said, we're going to send you a deposit and you have to cash it and send us a picture. And it was so messed up and twisted, I don't even remember.
Wait.
And I was like, none of it made sense.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa. Why are they sending you? Well, no, they send you the deposit because you're coming to work, right?
Right.
But they need to send the picture. You do need to send the picture to.
Well, they saw my profile off Model Mayhem when I had Model Mayhem, and from that they were like, "Oh, it's an athletic wear shoot. You don't have to do much, 1 or 2 days." They explained everything, and I've traveled for shoots before, and I've been flown out, and everything sounded just as it was when I shot with.
Did you bring a big black man?
I didn't go, but that one I was able to bring a friend.
Bring us good. Preferably black, but keep going. So what happened?
So that's where it ended.
You got there. Did you go?
No. So I went to the bank, and I had this huge check mailed to me, and I went to the bank, and they were like, "Honey, this looks like a fraud check. Yep. This is sketchy." And then I ended up calling the numbers, which I never would have thought of. And I called the numbers, and it was a woman from Florida who had no idea her number was on this piece of paper.
But wait a minute, why would they send you a fake check and think that you would show?
Because it's the same thing as that Nigerian scam.
That's what I was going to say.
That's exactly what it is with a different
That's what they were saying.
It sounds like a Nigerian scam with white women. So I'm just, look, that's all I'm going to say about that.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Never
I remember that.
Okay, JJJ, Scoop Miguel, Sup Scoop. Let's see here. Enrique Oliveri, awesome answer. Mike James, be the best in your field, 100%. Albert Drost Photography. Fatman Scoop, Rock the Clan. No, we're not talking about music now, bro. You know Carlo Da Vinci?
Yeah.
He said, Miguel, you are his boy, and I don't know what y'all got going on. Let's see here. Kimberly, okay. Michael Chocolate Thunder? Michael Chocolate Thunder.
Michael, what's happening?
What's he about?
Dude,
he must be a dark-skinned brother.
He is.
Black than a motherfucker.
Yeah, good person.
Okay, all right, good black, dark-skinned brother. Hey, Scoop, you was a DJ. I wanted to DJ now. I'm following Miguel, and Miguel got me spending my rent money and mortgage money and my car payment out here to turn out these pictures. What the fuck is he talking about?
He's, I tell people what I use, and then they want to buy it. So,
See, here's the thing that I want you guys to understand. You can buy any piece of of equipment you want, but you got to put the time into your craft. So there's a thing that's called GOGO. GIGO, garbage in, garbage out.
Yep.
So you could buy the most expensive piece of shit, equipment, but that does not mean that you know what you're doing. You could buy Air Jordans, but that does not mean you're gonna be Michael Jordan.
What?
Because I got fucking
Dude, I'm
40.
pretty sure I bought Jordans and my vertical increased like 15 inches.
I fucking have 40 pairs of Jordan and I can't walk fucking faster than I could yesterday. Let's see. Kimberly, hi. Thanks, Stephanie. Hey from Madison, Wisconsin. What's up, Miguel? Would like to revisit if possible.
Yeah. Yeah, he came by the studio not too long ago. He's taking classes and he interviewed me for one of his college classes.
Who is he? What's his story? What's
Pablo. He was in the military. Cool
Oh
guy.
shit! Like, was he the kind of guy that kills people with a salad knife, or like a
yeah,
butter knife, or
probably.
like that kind? We're not talking about him.
Yeah,
we're not
probably.
saying. Is he the kind of guy that does shit that he can't talk about?
Exactly.
Has he killed people?
It's like that. Probably.
Pablo, have you killed people, or can
Yeah.
you at least talk about it? Are you in the CIA, FBI, ABC, CBS, FedEx? Are you in anything with 3 letters? Okay, Lewis says, you 3 rock. You should really consider joining together more often and keep doing these Q&As. Thanks, Miguel, Scoop, and Stephanie. Blessings. Thank you, Lewis. In Jesus' name, amen. Is there anybody else that wants to say anything about anything? Because right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him do the technical stuff. I'm going to go get my mitts from my car. Pablo hit. Pablo.
Take pictures. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna take over while he gets his stuff. So
Miguel, I'm on Instagram.
you're on Instagram now?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're on Facebook Live right now, and we're doing a Facebook live stream. So if you guys want to tune in, it's facebook.com/Miguel Quiles Photography. I'll spell it for you. MIGUEL QUILES and then photography. I have Stephanie on. I have Fatman Scoop on. Yeah, so it's pretty fun. We're answering questions in regard to photography, business, sales, life, really everything. So yeah, good stuff.
They can rewatch this.
They can
also,
rewatch it
right?
too. Yep,
Okay.
they can totally rewatch it. JJ was asking, what is your Instagram?
My Instagram, I'm on Instagram right now.
Yeah.
It is Steph, and that's with 2 E's, so it's STEPHWEF.
So Steve
Weave. Everybody
Steve.
thinks that's what it is.
Yeah, follow her on Instagram. Mine is at Miguel Quiles Jr. If you want to follow mine. And Lewis was actually asking, how do we find Stephanie and Scoop? So you've got Stephanie. Scoop is at Fatman Scoop. So pretty easy. Makes sense.
Oh, don't finish that Facebook Live. I got some more to say.
Oh, you got more to... Okay, hold on. Scoop's got some more stuff to say here. So let's see. We got Rich. He says, don't know what to say. Hello from St. Martin. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. St. Martin, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, right?
That sounds awesome. Alan says, Fat Man's gone. I'm on. No, he's not gone. He just stepped out for a second. He's getting ready because we're getting ready to do another photo shoot. And so he's getting himself ready. But before that, I wanted to do this Facebook Live to talk to you guys. So Michael says, are you going to do the shoot live? Probably not. You know, you got to keep some trade secrets, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Let's do this. If you guys want me to Facebook live stream part of the shoot with Fatman Scoop, let me know in the comment section below, and maybe I'll think about it. Maybe you'll talk me into it. They want to know if I'm going to live stream our shoot.
Yeah, you should.
I know I probably should, but
Why not? You just
we probably could.
Okay,
we'll
so
see.
look,
I don't know.
there's nothing to really see. I just go like this, and I go like this, and I go like that. There's nothing to really see.
No, but today we're gonna do some cool stuff. I got some.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna do some classy stuff.
Okay, cool.
Like I say, I got some ideas.
Okay, how do you find Stephanie and Scoop on Instagram? So I'm gonna tell you about me. Everything for me is at Fatman Scoop. On Facebook at Fatman, on Instagram at Fatman Scoop, Facebook.com/Fatman Scoop, Twitter Fatman Scoop, and I'm about to change up my Snapchat very shortly because I don't like I am Fatman Scoop, but I had DJ Khaled call Snapchat for me, and they still said, "Fuck you, we're not gonna." Yeah, I said, "Yo, Cal, man, can you call Snapchat for me? Call your people because somebody took my name." So I begged the guy for my name, and he fucked me. He got me.
You mean to tell me there's another Fat Man Scoop?
Some asshole, right? So now I got to think of another name with Fat Man Scoop that I like because I want everything to be uniform. But anyway,
Right.
I do Facebook Lives twice a week where it's not like photography and stuff like that, but like all I'm doing is just answering questions and talking about stupid stuff and current events and stuff like that. Next week I'm going to be dealing with some issues regarding Instagram.
We were talking about that.
Listen, I found out a couple of days ago, and I didn't know, I was the only man who didn't know in America, that if someone follows you, they can look in the search section under followers and see what you liked and what comments you made.
Yes.
Now I didn't know that.
Yes.
Everybody know that.
Yep.
But it is my responsibility as a man to share that, because if I can help one man from getting his windshield busted, one man from getting stabbed by an angry Latina, one man from getting his fucking tires slashed.
Oh, yeah.
If I can help one ass from being thrown out of a house, then I'm going to do that. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I also am going to be talking to Mark Zuckerberg about establishing the Facebook and Instagram houses, okay? Mark Zuckerberg wants to put free, clean water in Africa. Look, fuck Africa. Listen, hey, I'm black. I know about Africa. I'm indirectly from there, but fuck Africa right now. We need to fix this, okay? We need a place, we need like a project's worth of houses, which I want to name the Instagram and Facebook houses in every city, where if a guy gets jammed up and thrown out of his house, he can go there and stay from 1 day to 3 months.
Dude, that's
okay?
brilliant.
This is what we need, okay?
You know how many people, people that I've seen that have fallen on hard times that, they don't
No. This is not hard times, bro.
Yeah.
This is not hard times. No. You think about Jesus stuff. We're talking about if you get jammed up as a result of Facebook or Instagram. So let me give you an example. I'm going to give you 2 stories, people. 2 stories here. 2 true stories. Okay. Number 1, I have a friend. He lives in New York City. He is married. He had sex with a side piece and had a kid in Rochester, New York. He went up there to see the young lady. The kid is 8 years old. His wife never knew nothing. He held that down for 8 years. He got in an argument. In this argument, it was a major argument. The woman was throwing dishes and shit at him. He got hit right here in the head. He drives home, put a fucking Band-Aid on his head. He's walking back in his house in New York City. He's getting more fucking dishes thrown at him. He's like, what happened? What the fuck is going on? Why am I getting... She said, oh, what's going on? She turned the fucking picture, the Facebook, and the woman that his side piece, who he had the baby with, put, meet your new stepson. Number 1. Number 2, a good friend of mine in Scotland, okay? He is a DJ. He decided his computer got fucked up with his equipment. He had to take it into Apple. He decided to log on to his Facebook on his wife's account.
There you go.
On his wife's computer.
There you go.
There was some shit in his messenger that shouldn't have been in there, okay? He put this shit down. He went to go take a shower. He was in the shower naked, and the shower came open. So he thinks his wife is going to give him some head or something like that. She beat his ass with the computer in the fucking shower. And butt naked. She whooped his ass with that computer. And now he can't.
That takes me back to my childhood. I've been whooped like that since I was a kid.
Now the man can't DJ anymore. Okay, I'm going to give you another one. Now, you want another one? You got another one. Okay, so I'm in the barbershop yesterday. My man is in the barbershop with me, and he's like, yo, man, shit is, it's fucked up. My girl left me. I said, what happened, bro? He said, I got in trouble. I said, what happened? He said, I liked the picture.
Oh, great.
Okay, so his wife saw that. Mm-hmm. But he made a comment on a picture.
Right.
And his wife's girlfriend saw that and sent him the comment. Now the comment was, "I like you look delicious. I'd like to you look juicy and delicious. I'd like to eat you up." He couldn't fix that because now that's your words, okay?
Yeah,
now what you have to understand is, people, not only do you are always one photobomb picture away from getting jammed up. You are always one girlfriend of your wife away from getting jammed up. One thing that you have to understand, okay, is you may be in a happy relationship, but your wife's friend may be a bitter, angry motherfucker who has nobody with her, and she wants her fucking friend to be as fucking bitter as she is, so she'll fucking give her that information, please. I'm just saying some shit
You're
here.
gonna put these people up in a house.
Detectives. They're detectives.
Well, first of all, and you're a good white woman, so I know you might not understand this, but I'm explaining something to you about black women and minorities.
Okay.
Black women and minorities, they are like a fucking private investigator, a fucking judge, and an executioner. Yeah. So what they do is they go in and get all the answers. Okay? Then when they confront you, they're like, "So you like that picture?" "Yeah, I like the picture. It's cool. Yeah." "So what was the comment about?" "What comment?" "It's right here. It's right here. This comment is what I'm talking about." But because we have but what about the one before?
They laminated when you went,
and then they go and say, "What about this comment you made on a fucking picture 300 weeks ago?" And then you can't even answer the fucking last question because you're trying to fucking get yourself. Then they're fucking executing you. So here's the thing: when it comes to black women, okay, and minority women, if they said to me, "Would you rather get waterboarded, or would you rather deal with a black woman or about some shit that you did when you got jammed up?" I'll take the waterboarding. Because here's the thing. I know that when the CIA finishes waterboarding me, if they don't get the information, they put me back in the cell. That's it. Fuck it. I'm good. But a black woman, you're going to be dealing with that shit for fucking, it'll be now and then fucking 6 weeks later they'll come to you with some shit. And then in 2022, they'll come to you with some shit. So listen. Fuck that. But anyway, that's what my Instagram Live is going to be about. I mean, my Instagram and Facebook Live.
Have to tune into that.
Yeah, I do it all the time, man. So
I got to tune into that.
At Fatman Scoop on Instagram, at Facebook, Fatman Scoop. Hold on. Let's see. Robin Armstrong. Who the fuck is Robin Armstrong?
He's here now, though. That's
Tim Thudlam. Wow, such language. Glad I put my headphones on here at work instead of using my phone. Look,
thank goodness.
Tim. I'm not Jesus. Now, at the same time, Tim, this is supposed to be a Miguel Facebook Live, which is supposed to be very corporate and like, "Hi, I'm using the A7S3 with the Tamron filter and cartridge with the P21X25 filter, shutter speed, Tango, Bravo, Tango. So watch me do these things and take pictures." But I'm on here now, Tim. So listen, I'm sorry, Tim. I apologize in Jesus' name. You tell him about some technical stuff.
He's speaking his mind here. He's speaking his mind. Actually, Scoop, I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
I got a question for you.
Oh, hold on. He's got one now.
Because this is where before I got messed up, this is what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
When did you know that photography was going to be what you wanted to do professionally?
Oh, man. Dang. That's a really hard question. I mean,
because this is what people need to know. And,
yeah.
Okay, so let me take it one step further.
Uh-huh.
When did you know that it was time to take it professional and quit whatever job you had and just focus on doing this?
So I think the point that it hit me was back in like late 2011. I was working corporate America, working at one of these cell phone providers, and I was working my way up the ladder, and I realized that, you know what, I'm not going to be able to reach the goals that I want to reach in this company.
Right.
And there's always going to be this glass ceiling that, you know, I can continue to keep hustling and working and I'll eventually get past it, or I can make a new path.
Right.
And I said, you know what, I love photography, I love talking to people, I love teaching. So I don't know enough about it to teach just yet, but I will get the skills that I need so that I can help other people who desire, you know, to make a career in photography. And so I spent a year honing my skills.
Learning.
Every day.
You have to work on your craft. A master takes 10,000 hours to work on their craft. So keep that in mind. Keep going.
And I could tell you, it's taken me from 1999 up until even today, I mean, I still am practicing. You know, Stephanie is here. Like, I'll have models come to the studio and just test and just try stuff. Yeah, she's practicing. You know, like, so you always have to.
But you better explain that to your wife, bro.
Oh no, she knows. She's cool. She knows.
It's a model, man.
She comes sometimes and watches. You know, so you know, it's one of those things where I would say, like, for me, it hit me early on when I said, you know, I'm leaving this job at this cell phone provider, and I'm going to work every single day, every single minute to try to achieve my goal to make this into my career. And it took, from 2011 till really in the last couple of years, I finally.
And how much happier are you?
Oh, geez, now it's beautiful. Like, it's a beautiful life.
But also, I want to explain to everyone something that's very important. When you decide to choose this life, this is not the life for the faint of heart. Because when you become an independent contractor, you now live and die on your own. Correct. So you are in a situation where you start to have to be, it's where you kill your food and eat it.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to take Fatman Scoop for an example.
Yep.
My days of business are Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I do whatever I want. You know, people are working, I do whatever I want. But I'm always in a constant state of work. Right. But if I don't go out there and get a check, it does not happen.
Right.
Okay? Sometimes you can work for a job and just pick up a check on a Friday. It is what it is. Number two is, when you work for yourself, you now take on the taxes. There is nobody saying FICA, this. If you don't pay those taxes, you are jammed up. And I'll be honest with you, as an entertainer, I got jammed up with taxes before. I've been jammed up before, and I will get jammed up again, because you're doing different things and your money is allocated in different places, and sometimes you don't pay the taxes when you're supposed to. That's why when you look at an independent contractor and you see they have tax problems, it's not because they're not making money, but you never know something. You might have to allocate something for this, and this, and
it's complicated.
It gets complicated. So with that being said, what are your pitfalls in terms of what are the things that you worry about in terms of having your own business? Because everybody looks at this and they think it's fun. Yeah. What are the things that you're worried about in terms of having your own business?
You know, I think it's like this with any creative, but it's trying to continue to stay relevant. Mm-hmm. You know, you could, as a photographer, you know, you could land into success, and it could be shooting a particular type of style of image, right? And it could last you for a couple of years where people are like, oh, that's hot. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love your work. And you keep doing the same thing, and eventually it just gets stale. It's like having, you know, the best wine, but you drink it every single day for years and years and years. And it's like, it loses its luster. So for me, I think it's just trying to stay relevant and to continue to, you know, make a name for myself to where I can continue to move upwards and onwards and bigger projects and, you know, just better. Like, whatever.
I always say, do it for yourself, not for anyone else.
Yep. Okay.
I'm not doing any of the things that I'm doing for anyone else, just for myself. So if people have what to say or people care, as long as you're happy and you're doing what you want to do and you're building, you're building.
Yeah. What I would say is this: you have to stay in a constant state of getting better.
Right.
Okay, so what I need you guys to understand is that your rise in the business or your rise in whatever you do is the same trajectory as your demise. It's very gradual. So if you don't work every day on your craft or trying to do something, your demise will be gradual. So it'll go from having 10 bookings a month to 8 to 7 to 6. And then you'll turn around and be like, wait up, hold on, I'm only getting booked 4 times a month. What happened?
Yeah, what just happened?
And that, listen, that has happened to me recently because I was going through a divorce and stuff, and you don't stay focused on what the big prize is. So for me, I had to get back into a constant state of always evolving, a constant state of always promoting yourself, a constant state of always having materials. Number 2 is my DJ partner and my business partner, Mr. Vince, said something that was very, very true. You must always take money and invest in yourself when it comes to promotion. So whatever you make, take some and try to promote yourself with it. Whether that is taking pictures and, you know, getting a small ad in, I don't know, Photography Weekly or whatever you have to do to promote yourself and let people know that you're alive, do it.
Right.
What is Apex Predator? What the hell is Apex Predator?
Apex Predator. That's what he's saying. Like, that's what you got to be.
Oh, okay.
That's what you got to be.
I
got a question for you.
What?
I want you to go back to, like, your early career, right? Early career, you had a passion, you had a dream. You know, you wanted to be involved in the entertainment business before you got any of your breaks, right?
Yeah.
There had to have been a moment, and I've had this in my career, where I had a project and I was like, I'm going to get to work with this, like getting to shoot with you the first time. I was like, I get to shoot with Fatman Scoop.
Right.
So many songs that I've listened to that I love. You know, the man's got the voice. Like, I love your work.
Right.
And I'm going to get to work with you. And I remember that and said, this is great. Like, this is my moment.
Right.
You know, I've had many moments like that throughout my career. Think back to your early career. What was that? First, what was the opportunity that you had where people got to know who Fatman Scoop was? And second, how did you navigate that situation? Because I think that that's where a lot of people get tripped up. They get the opportunity to do something great that could possibly propel them forward, but they mess it up.
All right, so I think that the thing I was, first of all, what you have to understand is I knew I was going to be in this business since I was 9.
Oh wow!
So I was, as a child, I was in my house in the middle of the night banging on the tables, practicing rhymes because I used to rap.
Right.
The way I got into this business, I used to rap, and I signed to a guy named Teddy Riley, and he was the king of an era called New Jack Swing, and then I was gonna sign with P Diddy, and then what happened was I didn't want to sign with P Diddy or Puff or whatever they call him I call him Puff, and I was like, yo, I want to do something. He was like, you should get in the music business and do record promotion, and I did something called record promotion, and my big break would be like, first of all, I went and worked as an intern for free for a year.
Right.
The problem is that everybody looks at the finish line, but they don't look at what it takes to get to the finish line. If you're not willing to put some free work in, stay at your job, bro. Stay at your job, okay? Because a lot of these things that you do that you're doing on your own, they're things that you have to work on in terms of building up your craft. Nobody's gonna pay you to build up your craft. So, for example, I was working in a business called record promotion, and that's when you go to radio stations across the country and you make sure they play your record. I had to become an intern because at that time a record promoter was getting paid $100,000 a year. Nobody's giving you $100,000 and you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
I had to spend time to learn that, and then I think the big break was like, when I was an intern and I got a job at a place called Tommy Boy Records. If you don't know what Tommy Boy Records is, Naughty by Nature came out of there. House of Pain came out of there. De La Soul came out of there. A lot of big groups in the 80s and 90s, Queen Latifah, Flavor Unit, all that kind of stuff in the 90s and early 2000s came out of there. And my big break was when they gave me the opportunity to be on a magazine called The Source. And at the time, The Source magazine for rap was like the Bible. Oh, yeah. And that was like my big break. And once I did that, like I was on the back of The Source, which today would be the equivalent of having your face on every blog, hip-hop blog in the country, continuously. Yeah. And I did that, and then because I was working so hard and being so diligent at my craft, I was going to the radio station every morning, making sure the records are getting played. And because I was doing that at my home station in New York that I used to service called Hot 97, I wound up getting a job because I was there so much. And that's when Fatman Scoop took off. But as far as the music is concerned, I was always an artist, and I never I didn't care about doing music. Like, I had already gone through that part of my life, and I was moving on. My brother wanted to go to college, and we had no way to put him through college because I'm from Harlem. My family's middle class, but they didn't have $45,000 a year to put my brother through college. So I came up with this idea to do these songs, and that's how Fatman Scoop came about. But I knew that when I went to Tommy Boy and I put my work in, and they finally gave me the opportunity to be a person that was across the country. They gave me a name across the country. That was my big minute. But it took a lot of free hours to get to that minute. So I used to work at Mount Sinai Hospital in the garbage department. And I would work from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I would take my lunch break, and instead of eating lunch, I would work all the way through, take a shower, and then go to the record label and work free as an intern. If you're not prepared to work for free, you are not going to be the master of any craft that you choose to be in.
Amen to that.
In Jesus' name.
I'm telling you, same thing with my photography career. I've done so many free jobs, and part of it, and I think it might have been the same thing for you, which is that you do these jobs, and the goal is for you to take the job and roll it into the next big thing. Nobody has to know that you did the work for free.
Nope.
Nobody knows. All they know is that you did the work.
Right.
So take the work, roll it into a new opportunity, a chance for you to continue to move forward, and just rinse and repeat.
Okay, so I give you a good example. There are nights that I might not do anything. I might be in my house doing nothing. It might be a Thursday night or something.
Right.
And I'll see a big concert, and there'll be like 10,000 people there, or 3,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting paid. I just go down there and I'm like, yo, let me get on.
Right.
Now, people may say you're an idiot. Why would you get on for free when you could make $7,000 or whatever going? Sometimes getting on free is like giving out your business card.
Right.
So it's like, oh shit, Fatman Scoop is here. He's fucking killing it. Yeah. And there will be that one promoter from Japan in there that would just happen to be in there watching the show, or a promoter from Kansas, and he'd be like, oh shit, Scoop is in here killing it. And then the next thing you know, you might not get the benefits from that today, but somebody might call you and be like, yo, man, I got a show for you in Japan. Well, how did you find out? Yo, I was at fucking whatever show, and I saw you kill it. It's a constant state. Sometimes you gotta do the free thing. So you just gotta look at that. I want to branch out. How do you overcome your fear and go head first?
Ooh, man, this is one of those things where it's all like in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been afraid from day one.
Hell yeah.
Like, day one, I was petrified of thinking to myself, I'm going to leave my cushy job where I know what I'm doing, I'm good at what I do, to go into something where I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what to expect. And honestly, like, branching out, you just got to do it. You have to put yourself in the right mindset that no matter what, you're going to be successful. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. You have to learn. And, don't be foolish about it, because a lot of times I tell people, like, okay, you need to go and you can do anything you want to do. And they say, okay, yeah, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get all these jobs. But they don't study.
Nope.
They don't do research. They don't do test shoots. They're not trying to hone their skills. They're out there telling other people why their stuff is no good because they feel like they already made it.
Yeah, but you can criticize, but nothing gets done from criticizing anyone.
Never.
You got to get in and do the work.
Yep.
So I can tell you one thing from all these people that are sitting in this frame right now.
Yep.
Being an independent contractor is some scary shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're always in a constant state of having to kill your food to eat it. You don't get a check.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you something that is very real. Okay? It's pressure, but it's a different kind of pressure.
Right.
Okay? You never face getting fired because you can't fire yourself. So, am I scared every day? Yeah. I have a thing on my wall that says, what did you do today to make your business better? So today, what I would say would make my business better, I'm coming to take photo shoots a photo shoot that I can use for graphics to promote my spring bling tour, or tour, or whatever. You always have to do something. Now, when you're a guy like what the three of us are, it's a different pressure because you don't get fired. Right. But you have to fight every day to get your food. The problem, the reason that people lose their jobs and go berserk is because when you work at a job, you're used to having everything handed to you on a Friday. Right. And that gives you a sense of being lazy. It also gives you a sense of comfort. When you're out here and you're fighting every day, you have no time for comfort. And there is no tomorrow. We got to do this today.
Yep.
So you have to understand that what I'm doing today is going to affect my bottom line in May. Right. So everything I do today is something for 3 months down the line or whatever. When you work for a company, you become lazy. You become coddled. You become what's the word that I'm looking for?
Just lazy, man.
Not just you have a sense of false security.
Yep.
So when you get fired, you don't know what the fuck to do.
Yep.
But I would say if you're gonna work a regular job, do this. Have a side hustle. Yep. And I want to say something important to you, and this is something that I'm going to say from my heart, the bottom of my heart, in Jesus' name, amen. Try to have more than one stream of income.
Oh, yeah.
Because
definitely.
if you don't have more than one stream of income and one goes bad, you are fucked. Yep. Now, I'm telling you this because I know it for sure, because my main form of income is shows. So if a show goes bad, I'm bad.
Right.
So now my goal moving forward is to be in a situation where 30% of my income comes from something that does not derive from being on a stage. So whether it's selling products online, whether it's consulting, whatever it is, it does not involve being on a stage. So if the stage goes bad, I can still cover myself. Right. Number 2 is take money and invest in yourself. Even if you have to learn finance, go learn finance, do whatever you have to do, get a loan, create a business. Have some fucking guts, because if you don't have guts, you will never get to the top. Everybody that is at the top right now, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Cuban, Gary Vaynerchuk, pick a name. They had guts, they got out there and they did it. There's a meme that says, if you don't get out there and do it, you will be working for someone who is doing that.
Right. Yep.
In Jesus' name, I'm going to brush my teeth.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
all true. So what do you guys think?
I was being ignorant, so I had to give y'all some
No, man, you dropping knowledge on everybody. I appreciate that. So what do you guys think? You know, is this helping you guys out? Are you learning some stuff today? Hopefully, you know, you're picking up a couple things here on the live stream today. We're really trying to just like be open and honest with you guys. Like, you know, sometimes I think what happens with people is that they see the outward stuff on social media that you're doing all these different things and it looks glamorous and they're like, oh man, they must have it so easy. Nope. It's not like that. Takes time, a lot of work. You have to hustle. And so, you know, I agree 100%. For all the photographers that are out there, you have to have multiple streams of income. And there's a lot of ways to do it. Yeah, there's no such thing. And listen, if you are an overnight success,
you won't keep it.
You won't keep it. One time. There's a lot of one-hit wonders out there.
If you don't keep it, you won't. If you don't work, if you get lucky and get an overnight, sometimes people get lucky and get an overnight success, but if you don't work to keep it, it's easy to get it, but to keep it, man, is extremely, is a hell of a lot of work. So don't think that you could get lucky and get an A7S2 and Usher could come up to you and be like, yo, man, I want you to film my stuff. All right, now what?
Right.
Because here's the thing. Once you go deal with Usher, you're dealing with the professionals now.
Right.
So you can't phone it in. You better be on your A game every day or you're going to be out of there.
Yep.
So you can get lucky and acquire something, but if you don't work on your craft to get it, to stay there, you won't have it. So if let's say you got lucky and you wound up shooting with Usher. Usher is a $1 million artist. He's not tolerating bullshit. He's not playing with you. And if you don't deliver, you go.
Right.
So when you deal with big, because there are guys who say, how can I get bigger and bigger artists? Bigger and bigger clients. The bigger client you get, the less of the propensity for bullshit they're going to tolerate.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you can deal with Dewan Jenkins and you can give him his pictures three days late, but guess what, bro? You do that shit with SAP and you're out of here.
Yeah, it's game over.
Game over.
Yep.
You do that with Cisco Systems,
and they tell everybody.
You can do that shit with with our Biff Jones, and you can give him his pictures late, but I guarantee you, if you do that with Madison Square Garden and you don't deliver on the day you say you deliver, you will be gone.
Yep. Amen to that.
These are facts. These are real, actual facts that I'm telling y'all, man. This is not a game. Nobody's playing. So if you want bigger clients, your customer service, your level of delivery, everything has to go higher. So if you say to somebody, I'm going to have it there on Thursday, it better be there on Wednesday evening.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. And I think, it's kind of funny. That's something that I always used to talk about this back in the day, and I joked around and I called it the Miguel Quiles experience. But in a way, like, that's what it was all about. It was all about, what was it? I always end up saying it like I have George Bush moments where I end up twisting it. But I'll say like you basically tell them that you're going to give them less and you give them a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Under promise, over deliver. There you go.
Under promise, over deliver.
Exactly. Always. And I think that's what happens with a lot of creatives. They do the opposite. They over promise and they under deliver. And so they'll go and they'll tell somebody, oh yeah, I'm going to get you those photos like the end of the day. And then you realize, oh, well, the photos are going to take a little bit more time than what I thought, because whatever, your computer blows up, your tablet's messed up, whatever the case might be. So you're always better off under promise and go way above and beyond and over deliver for your clients. And they will love you. They will always come back to you.
And if that does happen when you get in a jam, you need to address it immediately. Do not wait, because the longer you wait, you have to understand these people, especially when you're dealing with corporate America and big clients, these people are having the answer to someone else.
Right.
So nobody wants to look crazy in front of the person that they're answering to. So if you tell them you're going to have the pictures and you don't have them, you better call them right away and say, listen, it's been a bump in the road.
Right.
A slight delay. Right. I mean, but you better call them and say something.
Yeah, you got to. And a lot of times creatives are very afraid. Mm-hmm. They're not social people. And actually, that's another thing I was going to ask you. So do you find people in the creative fields to be like socially awkward people?
Yeah, definitely. But that's what it is. That's the game. Like, I know that, first of all, most creatives have ADD.
Right.
Okay. I'm a fucking ADD survivor, and I'm terrible. I'm at the worst parts of ADD. As you can see, I go from one place to another. But that's what creatives are. Like,
right.
You just have to understand that that's what creative people are. That's what they do, and that's how they get down. I don't care what you are. Long as you don't play with kids, you don't play with animals, you don't play with people who cannot defend themselves. I don't care if you're a weirdo or not. I just care if you're good or not.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I don't care if you're a fucking weirdo. Long as you don't look at kiddie porn and you don't play with old people, I don't care what it is, man. Just whatever you got to do your thing.
Right.
Long as you're good. And my thing is, I don't care about what your sexual orientation is, what your color, race, or creed is. One of the guys who did my makeup and photography for my TV show is a openly gay transgender dude.
Right.
Okay? He did my makeup. He's great, and I'll call him right now and be like, yo, bro, I need you to get down here. Because I don't care what your personal thing is. I just need somebody who's good.
Right. Exactly.
I don't care. You do your shit. Long as you don't put fingers in animals, and I don't care, man. I personally don't care what you do. So, just know that, and again, you have to have guts. You have to under-promise and over-deliver, and you cannot play. You must be in the business of creating relationships, because when you have your own business, it is 100% about relationships. Sometimes it might not even be about the product.
Right.
It might be about how you handle people, how you talk to people, the way you carry yourself, the way you walk into a room. So I'm here with my friends talking, but if I'm going to meet the head of Epic Records, I'll give you an example. I went to meet Gary Vaynerchuk yesterday. Gary Vaynerchuk, if you don't know who he is, he's the head of VaynerMedia. He's actually the guy who told people to invest in Facebook. He has a big thing. I'm cool with Gary. I could walk in, whatever. But if I was walking into a meeting with the head of capital the head of VC, venture capital company, I'd walk in and be like, "Hi, how you doing? How's everybody? My name is Isaac Freeman." I would talk. I would go in. I would talk regular. I'd talk standard English, and I'd be like, so and so. It's indicative of. And listen, the market is extremely capricious. The market is extremely capricious right now. I'm worried about my capital. I'd go in and talk. And do that. Right. I wouldn't come in and say, yo, what the fuck, man? Yo, my boy, what the fuck? It's good. No. You have to know how to deal with different situations in different ways. And you have to adapt yourself. But again, it's all about relationships. The way I deal with Miguel is not the way that I'm going to deal with the head of media at Madison Square Garden.
Exactly.
So, again, you have to know how to deal with people and you have to cultivate your relationships. Sometimes you have to go the extra mile and you're not getting paid because people remember that.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So hopefully you guys have gotten a little taste, a little schooling today on just the creative fields and the creative arts.
Is Tim still there? Is Tim still on there?
He's probably still here.
Really, I started at... Because I got it on into my Facebook Live zone.
Yeah.
And I came back because of Tim. I pivoted back because of Tim.
That's a good thing. So he kept you on track here. He kept you on track. So I'm just looking through the comments here. Mike says that he learned that you need to introduce Stephanie to Def Leppard during the shoot. So apparently we're going to have to play some Def Leppard music. So yeah, looks like everybody is kind of going along here. So what did you guys think? Let us know in the comments section below. I'm playing around here with the Osmo. Apparently I can't tilt this the right way. Lewis says this is one of the best Q&As he's ever seen.
What?
This guy, Lewis Pinegal, says it's the best Q&A he's ever seen. What we just did.
Well, because we're being real.
Yeah.
It's true.
Most times you get on Instagram and Facebook and people are just trying to pose and fake. Nah, we're gonna tell you what it really is, man. Like we're gonna let you know what this really is, man. This is not a game, and everybody thinks that you get there and you're there. Nah, bro. It's easy to get it. It's hard to keep it.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And so that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to be trying to, continue to build up and to keep putting out good work. And that's going to start in a couple minutes because I'm going to go and start shooting. But hopefully all of you guys had a lot of fun joining in on the Q&A. I hope to start doing these on a more consistent basis. I've been slacking just because I've been so busy lately doing different projects. But I really want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the encouragement. I really, honestly, I couldn't continue to do this without you guys just giving me your positivity and your energy. So I really, really appreciate that. Definitely share this stream with your friends. We talked about a lot of things, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that maybe the message wasn't for you today. Maybe it was for somebody else that, they're trying to move along in their career and make things happen, and maybe they needed to hear it. So, hopefully that helps them out. Appreciate you guys spending the afternoon with me. I have to go shoot. Just to show you guys too, I'm going to flip this around here. So this is going to be the setup for today, since I got a lot of gear junkies that are watching. So I got my Profoto B1. And by the way, if you get the Profoto B1 right now, I don't know how long the promotion's going, but if you buy the B1, you get the trigger for either Canon, Sony, or Nikon for free. So check out Adorama.com. They're doing that promo right now. I just did I got the Profoto RFI 5-foot Octa. So that's going to be my modifier. I'm going to position this thing here momentarily. Nice seamless paper from Savage. We're keeping it really clean, really simple, but we're going to take some awesome portraits.
What are we doing today?
Scoop is ready. He's here. Look at
I got like
let's see the attire. Look good.
My foot is hurt. I was supposed to have on slippers, but that's the one thing I like, that when I shoot with Miguel, like sometimes I could just do slippers. Like,
yeah, exactly. You could always do slippers because I never show feet.
You never show feet.
Yeah, I don't do feet. So, so we got our setup here. Stephanie, where can everybody follow you? On Instagram, wherever.
Instagram, my Facebook is nothing's important on there. So
no?
I would
so
say
Instagram.
It's at StephWef, so it's SteePhWef, and I'm gonna try to post more. and show me some love.
Definitely, definitely. And Scoop, where can they follow you?
Oh man, I'm looking at myself right now.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
On Instagram at Fatman Scoop,
Right,
Facebook.com Fatman Scoop,
right.
Twitter Fatman Scoop. I do Facebook and Instagram lives twice a week, starting
Gotcha.
next week. I was doing them. If you go back on my Facebook, you can see all the wild stuff because I left them all up there. You can see all the. It's like this kind of Q&A, but we're just talking a bunch of wild stuff. It's not safe for work. I will curse and be a absolute madman, but it's fun. So.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. So hopefully you guys have fun today. We got to start shooting because the day is escaping me here. So thank you for joining me on the Facebook live stream. Make sure that you share this with your friends. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you liked the information that we gave you today. I'm going to be doing some more Facebook Live, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to see if I can get to them in the next stream. So with that being said, thanks for watching, everybody. I will check you guys out later. Adios.